my. Oh my. Hey, you know what? Grapple chat is on the air, guys. Trying to fix this weirdness with the chat right now, but it's, I don't know, it's something that just started showing up with a white bar next to it. You guys will have to deal with it. I know these are unsafe and ridiculous working conditions, but that white bar, it's here for now. I'll fix it some other time. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Maybe it will not be fixable. But here we are. Grapple chat for Monday Night Raw that occurred August the 6th, 2018. Ronda Rousey's very first ever singles match on Monday Night Raw. And that was honestly, that might have been the only thing that really was notable on this show. Like, I just must say, this is going to be a very short review because I can already feel it. Like, I can already feel the review going down that path of negativity. And you know me, dude. I want to keep it as positive as possible. So I'm just going to say, all right, that let's start this show off correctly by giving some props to the people in the chat. I filmed these live, if you guys don't know. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, stop on by. Come on and have fun with us. It's a live broadcast. All these people, this moving chat, that's real people. That is Hawkeye in the house. That is Seth Rollins. Maybe Seth Rollins could be in the house. Maybe he's just not talking. That is Second to the City to the Saint in the house. Second City Saint is in the house, guys. The Mo is in the house. Temezi's in the house. Adam Bomb's in the house. Unprovoked Violence is in the house. The Broken Kid is in the house. The Blueprint himself is in the house. Amanda Jordan is in the house. Lady Death is in the house. SkullCrusherPrincess is in the house. All right. Malleable is in the house. Who else? Cameron is in the house. So many people in the house, all right? So if you come by my live streams and you ask me for a shout out, you don't even have to ask if you just show up. So just come on by Grapple Chat, all right? Come on by. So, the positivity. Raul Gomez is in the house as well. Finish Hype King is in the house. Oh, I see him. What's up, Finish? And Irish. Irish says he's not here. He's not here. Irish is not here. He might be needing an alibi. Would that be a reverse alibi? Cops are like, have you seen Irish Bongsmoker? I'm like, nah, man. He said he wasn't here. I mean, all right, so. Gosh, Monday Night Raw. Guys, this was probably my least favorite Monday Night. I'm just going to say it right now. This is probably my least favorite Monday Night Raw I've seen, like, in a long time. I don't want to put, like, an actual number to it, but there was pretty much nothing that legitimately interested me, and nothing felt like WWE felt like there was anything to be legitimately interested in. Like, it, you know, there are things like when you could tell somebody really cares about something, when there's somebody you meet and they're like, hey man, have you heard about competitive knitting? And you're like, competitive knitting? No, I have not heard of that. But it's somebody that you like. So you let them talk, but you're sitting there like, hey, okay, competitive knitting, you know, it doesn't sound too hype, but maybe it's hype. Maybe they're hype about it. So you keep listening, and even the person, like, if that person who's trying to sell you that competitive knitting is like the wave of the future, it's going to be the Olympics soon. It's going to get a deal on I don't know, TNT. It's gonna, oh man, TNT knows drama. TNT knows knitting. Like, it's gonna be the next best thing, and they're telling you about it. And even the person telling you about it is like, well, I don't know. It just kind of, I mean, you sit there and you knit. You, like, I don't know. You take the little pieces of metal. What are they called? I don't even know. The pieces of metal, and they just, you knit, but you do it, and there's people all around you who are knitting too, and then, like, the judge tells you got to knit something like a certain way, and then you knit it that way, and then at the end they grade you on it, and whoever knitted the best, like, they win. And yeah, man, you should definitely look into it, Gritty. If that's the way they talk about it, if it already didn't sound like it was going to be hype to begin with, but that's the way the person is talking about it on top of that, and they don't even know the facts, like, they literally aren't even putting any attention to detail into it, I'm probably, that person's like, so, Gritty, you going to look it up? next time they talk to me, like, Gritty, so what about that competitive knitting? I'll be like, I was real busy, and I didn't get around to it, man. I know it's really important to you, but I just don't uh, care. So that's how I felt about this Monday Night Raw. It felt like there was nothing to be interested in, and on top of that, that WWE felt the exact same way. There was no investment. Okay, I literally I don't even want to go through all these matches. All right, I don't even want to go through these because honestly I didn't care. I didn't. Okay, I cared when they started. It started off hype. Okay, it started off hype because Kurt Angle came out with Baron Corbin and they welcome to Monday Night Raw like they always do. And then Roman Reigns comes out. And Roman Reigns is like, "Oh, don't you wish you wouldn't have kicked me out?" And I was like, "Okay, good. This is how it should be. This is how real people would talk to each other because if you kicked me out of a building and then bad things happened that I could have probably stopped if you'd have left me alone, the next thing you hear from me is going to be, "Hey, you going to go kicking me out of the building again? I don't think so." And then and so it was just like that. Baron Corbin was sitting in the corner, and then Roman Reigns was like, "What are you laughing at? You just ran away as soon as Brock started talking to you and stuff." So they did a good job of recapping while also telling a new facet of the storyline, and it turned into Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns, and it's just weird to see Roman Reigns fighting somebody who's wearing dress clothes because Roman's supposed to be like the big dog. He's supposed to be like the baddest dude that they have. So it's weird to see Baron Corbin hanging with him in dress clothes. It kind of makes it seem like if Baron Corbin was really like ready for the match, Baron would have mopped him up or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that knitting is not easy itself, let alone competitively. Well, Adam Bama, that's the thing. Is like this isn't easy either. It's almost a perfect analogy because I'm sure knitting is hard. I can't knit, and most people can't get out here and do what Roman Reigns or Baron Corbin are doing. But the difficulty is not exactly why we watch. And that's kind of why I made it some sort of like skill activity. Um, this match went way longer than I expected to. This match actually took up the whole first half hour of Monday Night Raw. Well, between the intro to Raw, the promo package, this match, and the outcome of it, it took up the whole first half hour of Raw. So I was like, okay, cool. I mean, they kept me entertained. I was invested. Baron Corbin decided to jump ship and just leave. He's like, forget this. I don't want to wrestle Roman Reigns anymore. Um, but Finn Balor comes out and heads him off. I don't know why you wouldn't just run through. You literally, like, this is where the attention to detail makes no sense to me because you were just in the ring holding your own against Roman Reigns. Like, literally the golden boy of the company, supposed to be the most devastating athlete that they have in their storyline, at least. You low key would watch competitive knitting. It might be cool. But the way it's explained maybe wouldn't be the thing that made you watch it. Um, in that scenario, at least. So Baron Corbin just hung with Roman Reigns in the ring for like 20 minutes at least. I'd say about 20 minutes, something like that. And then Finn Balor comes out, and now Baron Corbin is so scared that he's gonna turn around and try to go back to the ring. Like there's a power level there's a power level discrepancy here. Okay, if I'm fighting Roman Reigns and I'm hanging with Roman Reigns, okay, like Gritty Urban shows up to Monday Night Raw, okay, next Monday, Gritty Urban versus Roman Reigns, okay, and you guys are watching at home and you see me holding my own against Roman Reigns for 20 minutes. I'm smashing Roman around. I'm throwing him here. I'm throwing him there. I'm kicking out of Superman punches. I'm doing everything. I hit him with a deep six. And then I hop out of the ring and I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go because I think bad things are about to happen. I'm going to hear the ooh-ah and I'm going to get speared. So I'm going to leave now. And I get out of the ring and I start walking up the ramp and then Finn Balor comes out. You think I'm going to stop? You think Finn Balor is going to stop me? No, man. I'm going to hit him with my brand new finisher I made up on the spot. Okay, Finn Balor will not deter me. If I just hung in the ring with Roman Reigns for 20 minutes, Finn Balor is looking like looking like an appetizer, and I just had the steak, man. You're no problem. You're absolutely no problem. I am grabbing Finn Balor by his little smiling neck and throwing him into the crowd, and then I'm walking backstage because obviously I could do that because I just hung with Roman Reigns for 20 minutes. So Finn Balor's no problem. Attention to detail makes no sense. So anyway, Finn Balor somehow makes Baron Corbin decide that it's better to just get back in the ring with Roman Reigns. He turns around like he's gonna get back in the ring with Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns just flies out of nowhere with the Superman punch, and then ooh-ah spear, and Roman Reigns wins the match. And then Finn Balor, for some reason, decides it's time for a post-match beatdown. So Finn Balor starts beating up Baron Corbin like a heel, and smiling about it, and then his music plays, and then we're done with the intro to the opening to Monday Night Raw. So overall, pretty hype, but just I wouldn't even say kind of, that really got to me. I was like, really? I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that if you're hanging toe to toe with Roman Reigns for 20 minutes, you're not scared of Finn Balor whatsoever, at all. So that happened. Next, we got Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley, and this is one of those times where like I was up here and then it went down a little bit. Not too much though, because I really did want to see if Bobby Roode and Mojo Rawley, like if both of them are very motivated, if this is going to be a feud that I can palate, because obviously Mojo's not a bad athlete. Bobby Roode is one of the most decorated and respected wrestlers from the past decade. The guy is awesome. So I'm thinking maybe these two really care and they understand there's nothing else for them anywhere else. Neither of these guys are going after Intercontinental Gold. You're not going to be Universal Champion. Maybe they'll form a tag team out of this. Maybe their feud will turn into a tag team, kind of like how Sheamus and Cesaro started out. But really, there's nothing else for them. So I was hoping that both of them would just dive into this head first and just bring the intensity and bring this rivalry to a point where we have to watch. Like we really want to see how this turns out. And overall, it just didn't hit any of those notes really. I could tell that both of them cared, but it just wasn't the intensity that I was looking for to really make me or the crowd care. The crowd was just sitting in their seats like, yeah. I don't even think Bobby Roode tried to get the crowd hype. Normally he like turns around and he's like, yeah, and he's getting hype and he's trying to get the crowd into it, and it just doesn't work a lot of times because the WWE hasn't been utilizing him very, very well. So the crowd's like, yeah, I mean, you're just that guy with that cool theme song. So there was just no investment here. Bobby Roode beats Mojo Rawley though. The ending of this match is pretty cool because Mojo Rawley, he just has this great feat of strength where he snatches Bobby Roode when he tried to jump off the second rope at him. He snatched Bobby Roode out of the sky and then just lifts him up into a fireman's carry position. And I'm like, wow, dude, Mojo's doing dang things. He's doing a dang thing over here. And then somehow Bobby Roode leaps off of his shoulder into the glorious DDT, and it's just 1, 2, 3. So that match is over. Ab Smiler, yep, Ab Smiler, Abs Collar. I call him all those things. I don't know. But anyway, so Bobby Roode gets the win against Mojo Rawley. I highly expect next week Mojo Rawley to beat Bobby Roode in an equally just whatever match. Hopefully they'll surprise me though. Like I said, I have hopes because both of these guys, I think they could bring the intensity. They're diametrically opposed. One of them is just a really, really good wrestler, and one of them is just a really hype guy who brings the brutality. And putting those two things together, they could click. They could pull off some pretty good matches. But this just was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about though. Next up, Elias comes out. I say Elias like I'm upset because this guy is getting no favors, man. He's getting no favors. He's getting showcased. They show him backstage, and they're giving him. Obviously, he's got a special. He has an album. So the WWE cares, but Elias starts playing a song, and on comes this droning dun 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 dun. I better stop doing that. I better stop singing this song because I'm doing it so accurately that I might get a copyright strike for singing Bobby Lashley's music. His music comes on and it's just it's crickets in the arena, man. And this is because it's not because of him. The dude's fantastic. The dude is fantastic. The guy beat Roman Reigns like a couple weeks ago. Obviously, the WWE is high on the dude, and he deserves to be high on. He deserves the WWE to be looking at him that way because the guy's his physique, his in-ring talent, his agility, everything is off the charts, man. His promo skills are just wacky tobacco, man. Super duper wacky tobacco. I absolutely despise his promos. I've tried to give him chances, but like after a while, okay, like if somebody keeps handing you something and they're like, it's good, and you're like, ugh. They're like, no, trust me, it's good. It gets better, and you're like, you said it was good. They're like, yeah, but that was last time. It's just okay. What I meant is it's okay, but it gets better. Like you got to eat a lot of it, and I'm like, all right, and you eat some more of it, and you're like, it's not good, and they're like, no, did I say it was good? I meant like it's passable. Like you like if you had to eat this or dirt, you could just it's necessary. It puts calories in your body. Like it's like the explanation keeps getting worse and worse for why I have to accept uh, Bobby Lashley on the mic. Like the explanation, it was, oh, don't worry, he's just getting in the swing of things, and then it's like, no, it's not. He's not getting in the swing of things. It's just they're writing garbage for him, and his delivery is garbage. And I don't mean that as like an insult. It's just I'm saying what I see, and I'm telling them what they need to do. This guy needs to stop talking altogether. His voice is not imposing. He needs a mouthpiece. Maybe you can get Paul Heyman to get with him or something, or some other person. I'm sure there's 500 people out there who could really be a mouthpiece for Bobby Lashley and make him the next Brock Lesnar of Raw. But as it is right now, just stop talking, dude. His promo ability is hot trash. Okay, and I do not mean this as a insult to him. It's just you got to know your strengths. Okay, you got to know your strengths. And I'm not over there trying to do vertical suplexes. Okay, because I probably can't do that because I'm not buff like him. So it's not an insult to say my vertical suplex is probably hot trash because it probably is. But on the mic, I'll slay Bobby Lashley. Okay, got to know what you're good at. Get him off the mic. Especially not against Elias. This dude Elias is probably writing these songs as he's playing them at this point. This dude Elias is so, like, he's so gifted when it comes to getting the crowd to just eat out of his hands. And I don't know why you would put somebody like Sami Zayn against somebody who can't talk on the mic. Okay, Sami Zayn, he could play any character. He was playing like a happy heel. The guy is just an incredible actor. Incredible entertainer. He's got such heart. The crowd is just he's awesome. Okay, so Sami Zayn, and then you put him against Bobby Lashley. It's like, what the heck, dude? This guy can't talk. Then you're gonna put Elias, literally Mr. Promo, Mr. Put a microphone in my hand, put a spotlight on me, and I'll have an entire arena saying and doing whatever I want them to do. Mr. Eating out of the palm of my hand versus guy who, like, every single time, even the backstage promos, I'm like, just stop, Bobby Lashley, just stop. Oh, okay, so just anyway, Elias gets the drop on Bobby Lashley. He hits him from behind. Somehow Bobby Lashley overpowers him again. It's like even the times that Elias is supposed to be winning, they're letting Bobby Lashley get the upper hand. Bobby Lashley gets the upper hand, and then that's it. That's the end of the segment. Gosh, man. I don't know. Did I ever hear the Dean Ambrose chants? No, and I don't want to hear the Dean Ambrose chants. And all those people doing Dean Ambrose chants, they're reading those dirt sheets, and they're probably subscribed to all these YouTubers who need to constantly act like something incredible is about to happen on Raw so that they can get their subscriber counts up. So, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want Dean back until SummerSlam. Okay, and they shouldn't want it either because this episode of Raw, that would have been the hypest thing, and it would have literally raised the bar a little bit. Like it's like adding a little bit of a chocolate squeeze to like a mud pie, dude. It's like don't do it. Just leave it alone. You already messed it up. Let's just let this Raw pass and get Dean Ambrose back when it could be hype, when it could be excellent, when it could be awesome. Don't squeeze a little Dean Ambrose on a mud pie because this Raw was literally, I'm not just saying this. This was my least favorite Raw in a long time. Okay, and I don't want to put an exact number on it, but I'm going to say over a year. I've not had this little fun watching a Raw in at least a year. This Raw was uninspired. So then we move on. All right, like I said, I don't want to harp on this stuff, but I'm doing it anyway. And then we got Rezar versus Titus O'Neil. Do I have to even say anything? Anyway, Rezar wins, Titus O'Neil loses. Get it out of here. Next up, we got the Kevin Owens show. Kevin Owens comes out. He's got his own show again. Jinder Mahal is his special guest. They're sitting on the stage, and Kevin Owens keeps cutting them off. And then Kevin Owens is saying how he's never felt better, and that thanks to Jinder Mahal, he's at peace. And he says, Jinder, you know what? You're gonna beat Braun Strowman tonight. You're gonna beat him again, just like you did last week. And Jinder's like, what? No, what? And he's like, here we go, Braun Strowman, come on. So I guess Kevin Owens had undercover booked a match with Braun Strowman versus Jinder Mahal. The stage that they're on starts moving, and it turns out that Braun Strowman was under the stage. Of course, this is one of the good parts of Raw, actually. Okay, so this was a good part. This was a good part. The beginning of Raw with Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin, and pretty much all the way up to the end, like not all the way up to the end, but only the end, and like maybe that's about it. But anyway, the stage starts to move, and it turns out Braun Strowman was under the stage, and he bench presses the whole stage over, and all of them fall off, and Braun accepts the match. So Jinder Mahal is in there with Braun Strowman after that. Gosh, just zany stuff. Kevin Owens is trying to steal the briefcase like it actually makes him the Money in the Bank champion. Like, if you could just steal the briefcase, people would just steal the briefcase. I don't know why Braun even cares. Braun should just be like, all right, you take that. It's fine. I know where you work. I know where you work, and I just threw your car off the dock, so you're not going anywhere. So it's fine. You keep that. I'll find you. And I don't know why you messing with me, because I'm gonna throw you off of something even higher next time. Why does he care? Why does he care? It would be great to see something like Ring of Honor, Get Rich Investment, and Primetime TV channel spot. Oh, that would be cool. I think the WWE would definitely benefit from competition. That is for sure. Competition would do them well. Competition would do them very well. They're just basically buying up all their competition at the moment. They're buying out everybody's contracts. They're scooping up all this indie talent. Like, there's no competition. It's just they're getting so rich off of these TV deals that there's no need to worry. Like, there's no other place to go. You got to wake. Hey, okay, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna wake up at like 7 a.m. to watch? Or are you gonna wake up at 7 a.m. to watch New Japan on their network on your way to work in the morning, just so you could see some good wrestling that most of it you're not going to understand the storylines to, because you've just tuned in and everything's underway? Or are you going to stick with WWE that's during a presentable timeline, you just got off work or whatever, and it's got recognizable superstars, and they bought out most of the great superstars from around the, well, not most of them, but the recognizable names. Which one are you going to do? Like, there's no clear and present danger to WWE. They might see it as, oh man, these guys from Ring of Honor are really starting to make waves. People are starting to pay attention. They sold out a 10,000 seat arena. It's like, yeah, that's good, but WWE does 10,000 seats like every show pretty much. So it's like there's no clear and present danger. It would be awesome if another promotion would step up, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, no, dude, Japan is, I know, okay, I know, wrestling wise, yes, but presentability, like, I've talked to people who live in Japan, and they hardly know about New Japan. You could just say John Cena anywhere, and people have heard of John Cena. You say The Rock, you say Stone Cold, you say Vince McMahon, like, you say these names here, and it's everyone knows. Okay, it's so widespread here. Most wrestling fans live in English speaking places, because that's where the wrestling has been the deepest. That's where the wrestling has been a part of society and entrenched in society, to where even our president has been in a WWE ring. That's what I'm talking about. I know there is competition, but it's not as legit as people make it out to be, at the moment, at least. It's legitimate as an in-ring product, yeah, but it's not legit as in like a legitimate threat. It's like somebody who's really good at streaming, but they never stream. Like, okay, good. You're not competition to me then. You gotta stream. You gotta get on my level. So anyway, Jinder Mahal wins over Braun Strowman due to a disqualification. Braun Strowman took the case from Kevin Owens on the ramp, and he hit Jinder Mahal with it, and that was the disqualification. So, Jinder Mahal has beat Braun Strowman 2 weeks in a row. Braun Strowman has lost 3 matches straight. 3 straight matches at this point, which means that he's probably going to. Oh gosh, I don't even want to speculate yet. I'll see what happens next week. But anyway, Jinder Mahal defeats Braun Strowman again. Disqualification or not, it's still a loss. It's not, it's not physically legit, but it's still a loss, man. Winning's winning, losing's losing. New Japan has better starting time. Well, yeah, you're overseas. Next. This is the part that really like ground my gears so hard that I was like, man, I'm just glad I'm hanging out with you guys. I'm just glad I get to hang out in the chat and talk to you guys and have fun with you guys because Raw is pretty much over for me. So Seth Rollins, he's backstage. He was backstage earlier and he said, I'm trying to beat Dolph Ziggler, but every single time I try to beat Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre gets involved and Kurt Angle's like, okay, I see your point. Tonight you're gonna have a tag match, and I'm just sitting here like, how does that solve anything? It's like I say, like you're at school, okay? Let's say if you were at school, when you were in elementary school, okay? Let's just use this as an analogy here. All right. When you were in elementary school, if you said, "Hey, I'm just trying to eat lunch, and this guy just keeps like smacking me in the back of the head and stealing my lunch every day, principal, can you do something about this guy? Because he just keeps hurting me and I can't eat lunch and I'm trying to go to school here and you guys we're supposed to be doing the school thing, right?" And then the principal's like, "I got just the thing. You're going to hang out with that guy." What? Like, did you hear what I said? I said, this guy keeps bullying me and beating me up and slapping me in the back of the head and I can't eat my lunch. So I'm hungry all day and I can't focus on my schoolwork and it's not a good situation, principal. And you're telling me your response is I'm going to go hang out with this guy? What are you talking about? So Kurt Angle decides that you're going to have a tag match with Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. And Stephanie McMahon calls up Kurt Angle later on and is like, "Oh, okay, well, sorry, you can't have a partner," because Roman Reigns was backstage. There's a whole long thing, but it's just wackiness. They basically made Tyler Breeze look like he sucks at wrestling and like he's just a comedy act once again. And I hate that. I honestly I don't use the word hate too much, but I do hate that because Tyler Breeze is one of the most dedicated and awesome wrestlers they have. If you've watched NXT, you know what I'm talking about. The guy he's charismatic. He's super clean in the ring. He just hits all the spots. I've never seen him really mess up too much, and he's got what it takes. Oh my goodness. SkullCrusherPrincess. The glass breaks. SkullCrusherPrincess, thank you so much for the bits. So yeah, it makes no sense. Anyway, so Roman Reigns comes backstage. Meanwhile, Tyler Breeze is saying, "Hey, what about you and me, Seth? I could be your partner. I can be your partner." And Seth's like, "I don't know about this." And then Roman's like, "Are you serious, man? Forget this dude. I'm gonna be with you tonight. This guy, whatever." And then they just leave Tyler Breeze standing there looking like a whack fool. Like he's happy he just got touched and stuff. It's like, really? This is how you're going to treat your athletes. And it's not like I feel like it's bad working conditions or something. I'm saying like for the public eye, for the people watching your product, you are delegitimizing superstars for like what? A laugh? It's not even funny. Who's laughing at that? Who legitimately is laughing at Tyler Breeze? I want to know because you probably shouldn't be watching pro wrestling. You should probably be watching some Netflix comedy special because you're looking for comedy at that point. I'm looking for legitimate wrestling and good storylines and things that, sometimes it could be funny. Heck yeah, man. I've had some of my greatest, some of my the most fun I've ever had watching anything has been watching wrestling. Sometimes, some of the funniest moments, some of the most shocking moments, some of the most exciting moments, some of the most hype moments have been watching wrestling. It doesn't always have to be serious, but when you're paying someone, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what did you say? Ryko again! Yo, Ryko, thank you for burning it down. Burning it down with the bits. It's just you're delegitimizing. You're making people illegitimate at their job by making it look like Seth Rollins should disregard this person completely. Okay? As a champion and as an athlete, there's one thing that as a legitimate athlete. If there's somebody who's in the same league as you, they are a threat, no matter what. No matter what you think, because the second that you take your eyes off the prize and start thinking this guy's a pushover is the second that you get rolled up and it's game over for you. You lose your championship to a Tyler Breeze. You lose your championship to a Mojo Rawley. The second you start not taking people seriously, okay? And that hurts the competition. It hurts the product because you have people who legitimately just at the very basis of their character, you're telling me they have no chance. You're telling me they're not even legitimate enough to get a fist bump. That they're hyped to get touched by Seth Rollins. That's how people should be? Are you serious? I'm not going to hire people. I'm not going to be the manager at a McDonald's. Oh, hey, I'm the manager at McDonald's, man. I just got my own McDonald's. Oh, this guy right here, he's the best at making French fries, man. And I'm going to hire a whole bunch of other people who cannot make French fries, and I won't let them touch the fryer. If this dude gets sick, guess what? No French fries, guys. I hired a bunch of people who I don't even want touching the fryer because this guy's so epic, nobody could touch him. Does that seem like a legitimate establishment? Does that seem like the way you should run your product? If this guy's sick, no French fries today? No French fries. Sorry, people pull up to the drive-thru. Hey, Gritty, I heard you got a new McDonald's. Yeah, man, I'm the manager. Yeah, look at me. Look at my shirt, man. Look at my name tag. It says Gritty Urban. It says both names. Oh yeah, man, that's cool, Gritty, man. I'm glad you're doing big things. Can I get fries? I love the fries here. I'm sorry. The guy who does the fries, he's kind of sick right now, so and nobody else here is legit. I'm sorry. I hired a bunch of nincompoops, a bunch of ingrates who can't do anything because there's this one guy who's really good at it. That's a good idea, right? Now I'm going to stay manager, right? Right? No. Stop doing that. Stop illegitimizing or whatever the word would be. Stop making illegitimate superstars, okay? There should be nobody backstage who can't go out there and answer an open challenge right now and win a championship, okay? I understand like there's a Braun Strowman, he's just going to toss everybody. That's fine. That's different because they've built him that way. But when you build somebody like Seth Rollins, who's supposed to be, he goes out there and he wrestles great matches against people and builds up people's abilities in the ring, or not builds up their abilities, but showcases individuals. When you wrestle a match against Seth Rollins, it makes Seth look good, but it also makes you look legitimate as well. But when you're backstage and the guy's like touches you and you're like, oh, he touched me, you're immediately not a factor anymore. And you're just wasting money and wasting roster spaces. So anyway, Seth Rollins has to wrestle a handicap match against Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, and he loses the match. So whatever. I don't know why they keep doing this, but whatever. I don't know. All right. Oh, people talking about Lucha Underground. Oh boy. All right. So then we got the B team. B team's got a cool little chant at the start of their song. I guess the whole song has become that chant now. I don't know if it was like that before. I don't think it was. I don't think that the B team had this chant, but it's like B team, go go go, but they just keep saying it, and the crowd sounded legitimately into it. It could have been pumped in, could have been some pumped in sounds, but it did sound like the crowd got into it. So I was pretty hyped to see that for the B team. Out comes the Revival, and I'm like, whoa, okay, all right. B team is gonna fight the Revival, and they start off the match, and it's it's nothing too great, but at least it's B team versus the Revival. You know, the Revival is one of the best tag teams on the market, like at all. So I'm hype about this, and then just a little ways into the match, does the blah 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 blah, the thing that the Bray Wyatt does every time the screen goes black, and then the screen comes back, and Matt Hardy's in one corner, Bray Wyatt's in the other corner, and they just get in the ring and they destroy the B team. Leads to a disqualification, I believe, or was it? Oh, it ended in a no contest. Really? Okay, I gotta redo my points then. Ended in a no contest. I think that just equals nothing. No contest. Yeah, that'd be 0 points for both of them. That makes it easier. Ended in a no contest because of the interference by Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. And later on in the evening, they announced that next week they're going to have a triple threat tag team match for the Raw tag team titles between the Revival, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, and the B team, or I should say the Deleter of Worlds and the B team. So that's pretty cool. As long as they put together an okay match, I'm fine with it. But I don't think that this match needed to happen. It was just a bunch of weird confusion. I don't know. Just like I said, I don't want to harp on this stuff, so I'm just gonna move on. Anyway, so that'll happen. This will be another good thing for Raw. Next up, Paul Heyman had a backstage, or not even a backstage, just a straight up interview with Renee Young. It's actually kind of awkward. I was gonna play it, but I don't think I'm going to, because if you can't see his face and you're just listening to it, it's probably going to be kind of shaking. It's a little too good. That's what I'll say. Paul Heyman pulled this off a little too well, and I'd rather not play it for you. I'd rather you guys see it. So if you did not see it, just go to the WWE YouTube channel and watch it with his facial expressions and everything. Because if you just hear it, it sounds really sad. It sounds like a little too sad. A little too sad. Paul Heyman pulled off a very, very good interview with Renee Young. He wasn't clean shaven. He wasn't very well kempt on his chin and his cheeks. He looked like he'd been crying. His face was red. Like, he just looked all kinds of disheveled. And he was just talking about how he'd never seen Brock like this, and he's known him for 16 years, and it was just really well done. Paul Heyman is definitely one of the pluses to Monday Night Raw. If this didn't happen, this would be just, man. Anyway, Renee Young gets to the end of her interview, and she's like, "So at SummerSlam, who do you think is going to win, Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar?" And Paul Heyman's like, "Listen, this Brock Lesnar." This Brock Lesnar that we have right here, he's like, I've never seen him so violent. And he literally, like, he calms it all the way down. He's so good at just showcasing exactly what needs to be the main point. And he just says, this Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns doesn't stand a chance. And I loved it because, honestly, if the storyline we've been told for the last 3 matches, or not even the last 3 matches, but at least the last 2 matches is to be believed, it's that Roman Reigns can go toe to toe with Brock, but Brock just has his number. You know, Brock is just that guy who you can't beat. Like, maybe Roman can beat everybody else, but it's like Brock just has his number. Like, he knows how to defuse Roman himself. As a competitor, not even that he like gets lucky anymore. He's just like, I know how to beat Roman Reigns. And so if the storyline we've been told up to this point is to be believed, what Paul Heyman said here should be believed as well, because if Brock is going to be even more violent, which is really what has kind of won these matches for him, then Roman should stand no chance. So I really like this. This was a great piece of acting. This was good attention to detail. And I hope that if Roman is to beat Brock, it's because Brock is too violent. It's because Brock tries to take it too far and he gets just overly um, ravenous or something, and tries to take it too far and ends up costing himself the title by trying to put Roman through the steel steps and run straight into him, or just does something to himself, like Brock takes himself out. That would be the only way I could really buy Roman beating Brock. Just kind of outsmarting him and knowing what Brock is up to. I could kind of buy that, but just toe to toe, I don't believe it. I really don't. Roman even cut a promo. They even gave They gave Roman a promo package with Corey Graves where he said on this Raw, which just there were so many promos on this Raw as well. That's one of the downfalls of this Raw as well. Roman said that that's what he does. He just gets back up, and it's like, dude, that's not how you win though. Like he's like, oh, that's what I do. I get back up. I can't stay down or whatever. And it's like, yeah, that's good, dude. I'm glad you get up and you show up on Raw the next day, but you don't win because of that. That doesn't win you anything. All right, that's like saying, oh, hey, at least I showed up to work. Like, but you showed up like 4 hours late. It's like, yeah, but you're late, dude. Like, that's not how you win. That's not how you get the promotion. That's not how you get. That's not how you get paid your full paycheck. You're not getting the full paycheck. You're not getting a promotion if you show up late all the time. Just getting up is not winning. So I know what they're trying to say. Roman, he won't quit. He just keeps on, keep it on. But it's like, dude, that's not winning though. We care to a certain extent how much people try, but at some point you got to win. And if you're proud of just trying, then that shows where you should be. That you should just be. You shouldn't be the champion. So he sounds like he's proud of just trying at this point, which is another just fail in storytelling. It's another fail in writing Roman a compelling character that we can get behind, because that's not a message that I want to get behind. I don't want to get behind a guy who says, I keep getting up. It's like, dude, pick your spots. Pick your spots. Figure out some sort of strategy or something, dude. If I keep losing over and over and over again to the same person, I'm going to do, there's probably three different things I could do. I could either give up, which he's not going to do. I could assess the situation and figure out why this person is beating me. I can go back, watch tapes. That's what the Roman Reigns situation should be right now. The last 3 weeks, Roman Reigns, every time we saw him, he shouldn't have been fighting anybody. There should have been no match. They should have shown Roman Reigns legitimately sitting down and dissecting his matches with Brock Lesnar, and them tapping him on the shoulder like, hey, Roman, you got a match coming up at SummerSlam. You want to go out here and you want to fight? He's like, I really would. I'd love to go out there and fight right now. And just give people dark matches so that the people inside the arena aren't upset or whatever, because you know people will get mad. I came to save Roman. Just give them dark matches. Like, have Roman fight after the show is over so people will stay in the seats or whatever. But during the show, have him backstage, like legitimately taking apart each one of his matches and obsessing over it. Have his beard looking all kinds of broke down and stuff. His hair all puffy, not all wet up and looking nice, just puffy, and him just he's not all clean shaven. It's like patchy beard, and he's just back there. He's got his shirt is all wrinkled up and stuff, and he's like just obsessing over it. And then you see him, he's getting the beats down. You see him, he's starting to get it. And as we get closer to SummerSlam, he starts actually combing his hair up. He starts looking a little bit more clean kept. And you see him backstage again, and he's like, and he's watching his WrestleMania match, his other WrestleMania match. He's watching what happened at the Greatest Royal Rumble. You see him watching the TV, and he's like, okay. And he's like mapping out the whole thing. Meanwhile, Brock Lesnar's over here eating broccoli and reading Outdoorsman. Brock is the one who's not preparing for the match. He's the one who doesn't care. He thinks he's got Roman's number, and he does, but he doesn't know this Roman. This new Roman is the one who's like, nah, I'm not the big dog anymore. I need to find out why this guy is beating me and take it down a notch. Stop believing in yourself when there's nothing to believe in. If you failed over and over and over again, there's nothing to believe in. You need to assess the situation. Okay, if you keep falling down, you need to assess the situation to where you won't fall down anymore. You can't just believe you have what it takes, because that doesn't equate to real life. You have to figure out why you fail. Figure out why you failed so that you could succeed. That's the way the real world works. And that's how they could get people behind Roman more. Instead of just, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm the big dog. No, you're not. No, you're not, dude. You beat Jinder Mahal and you lost to Bobby Lashley, and now you got a Universal title shot. You're not the big dog right now. You're the guy who thinks he's the big dog, and it's delusional to the rest of us. So please, please. Oh, and you beat Baron Corbin on Raw tonight. Barely. In a 20-minute match because of Finn Balor, apparently. So, no. That could be a really cool way, but they're not doing it, so I don't even know why I'm talking about it. Anyway, next up, it was the Riot Squad versus the Boss Hugger Connection. The Boss and Hug? What's it called? What is it called? Heck yeah, The Rock is great on the mic. Heck yeah, he is. Boss and Hugger Connection. I don't know. It's Sasha Banks and Bayley, and oh my god, dude. Just the utter lack of storyline for the women's division is so apparent. As soon as I saw the Riot Squad tonight, I was like, okay, I hope this is a good match, but what is the story here? Why are they fighting? Why? There's nothing on the line here. None of these women are going after the Raw Women's Championship. It's not a singles match, and there's no tag team title. So what is the point of this match? Like they keep, and this is what I said during the match, I was saying they keep thinking that just putting people against each other is storyline, and in some cases it can be if you have very great performers who tell a story in the ring, but between the Riot Squad and Sasha and Bayley, there's just not much story going on there. They're not telling much in-ring story. It's 8 minutes of boredom, and then the last couple of spots are okay, and then the match is over, which is exactly what happened here. Bayley tries to jump off of the apron at Liv Morgan. It looks like it's going to be the end of the match because you could just tell with the energy. You could tell with the way that the spots are going that it's about to be over. But somebody pulls Liv Morgan out of the way wearing like a dark hoodie. Unzips the hoodie, and it's Ruby Riot's back. And this was the other kind of okay thing about Raw, because Ruby Riott is an awesome wrestler, and she's got a good original look to her, I will say, and maybe this will be the start of some sort of storyline for the Riot Squad, because walking backstage and tipping stuff over is not a storyline. I'm sorry to tell you, and this is the epitome of why I say that the storyline, the investment of the WWE and these storylines has gone to an ultimate low, because on commentary, Michael Cole literally was trying to tell the story behind Liv Morgan's blue tongue. That was a legitimate talking point of the announce team. That's how low the storytelling has gotten with the women's division. Just tip stuff over backstage, and we're gonna have Michael Cole talk about why your tongue's blue. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if when I was writing my book, this is gonna be a plug segment, by the way. Yes, I do have a book. It's available on Amazon.com and Kindle. Kindle is only $4.99. A physical copy is $9.99. Get yours while you can. It's called Discarded, even though it's backwards, but it's called Discarded. All right. There's a link on my YouTube channel right now. If you just go up to the top, it's right there. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Imagine if when I was writing my book, I said, you know what? This is gonna be a horror, thriller, police drama, mystery. Okay, all those things crammed into one. And then when you open up the book, I'm telling you why someone's tongue is blue. And to get across the point that somebody is, ooh, this person's a troublemaker, I just have a guy repeatedly walking around and tipping things over. If instead of if instead of actually writing a story for the characters involved, I said, this guy likes to tip over things and has a blue tongue. Is that a story to you? And this is a book I wrote, okay? And I'm sitting here on YouTube. These people are in a multi-million-dollar company, and this is the story. This is what they do. This is what they do. Let's talk about why her tongue's blue and have her tip stuff over. That's good, right? That's good. That's story, right? I'm not mad. I'm really not. I'm not mad. It's disappointment because I love it. You know, I love the WWE, man. It's such a part of me. It's been such a part of me for so long. The WWE has been a part of me, and a part of my life, since middle school, since before that. And now I'm sitting here and it's like watching someone you love just deteriorate, and it's like a spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen The Notebook, it's like The Notebook. It's like at the end where it's so sad because the whole time he watched her like slip away and lose her memory of what she was and all the stuff they went through, and he tells her the story every day. It's like that's what I'm here doing. I'm telling the WWE and all the rest of you the story about how it was great and how it could be great and how there are great things, but it's like they keep forgetting over and over again. It's like 51st dates, 51st Raws. That's what I'm living, dude. I'm living for 51st Raws over and over again. I'm trying to explain. No. You love me. You love me, and you love the fans. You love the universe. You love doing great things that we love watching. And they're like, what? Who are you? And I'm like, I'm Gritty Arbid. You're what the heck, dude? We were just here. We were just here last week. So anyway, final part of Raw is the main event, the thing that they advertised out the wazoo, and they advertised so much that even during the main event they were advertising the main event, and I'm not kidding. Oh my goodness, dude. My goodness. So, Ronda Rousey. They actually show Ronda Rousey come out. So you're like, okay, cool, they're getting to it because you could see the time ticking down. Like, it's getting close to the end of Raw because it's getting close to the top of the hour. So it looks like they're going to give it like 10 minutes, and then it turns into like 5 minutes, and then it turns into like 3 minutes. And you're like, what the heck? Is Ronda Rousey going to wrestle or not? They show her come out, and I'm like, all right, cool, she's coming out. And so she comes out of her locker room after a lengthy promo package. And I'm not talking about her talking. I'm talking about them recapping every single moment of Ronda Rousey's short WWE career. I'm not kidding. They literally went all the way back to the very beginning of it and recapped everything she's done. And I'm sitting here like, is she going to actually wrestle or what? She comes out of the locker room after that promo package. I'm like, okay, here we go. And then, no. Alexa Bliss's music plays, and I'm like, Alexa, what's Alexa Bliss got to do with this? I mean, I know she was with Alicia Fox last week, but let's go, and out comes Alicia Fox, who's with her, but Alicia Fox doesn't even get her own theme song. Once again, what I'm talking about, you're not legitimizing your athletes. You are delegitimizing your athletes. You are killing your division. How are you supposed to have Evolution, crazy first ever women's pay-per-view to really show off how far women have come when you won't even give one of these women her own entrance? Anyway, all right, so Alicia Fox gets in the ring, and then guess what? We get a in-ring interview from Charlie Caruso with Alexa Bliss and Alicia Fox. They sit there for literally 5 minutes just talking about how Ronda Rousey. So during the main event, we have an advertisement for the main event. After we just got an advertisement for the advertisement for the main event. Finally, 5 minutes, and me saying it sounds redundant. Think about sitting through it. Then Ronda Rousey's music finally comes on, and I'm like, thank goodness, just get out here. And she comes down to the ring, and they ring the bell, and Alicia Fox does not look perturbed or worried at all. And I'm just wondering, like, what are they doing? What's the story they're telling here? If she the baddest woman on the planet, right? She's the baddest woman on the planet. So Alicia Fox, uh, not scared at all. Alicia Fox is literally just leaning up against the turnbuckle like this. The bell rang, and she's staring right across the ring. Is the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey, who is just ready to go. Alicia Fox is leaning up against the turnbuckle like she's looking at a little chihuahua or something. And that was the moment that I really knew what was going to happen here. So anyway, she chases her around a little bit, and then she finally puts her back in the ring. She slams her a couple times, and then she puts her in the arm bar, and it's over. That's the end of the main event. They actually interview Ronda Rousey after this match and ask her how she felt having her first match on Monday Night Raw. And then Alexa Bliss tries to sneak attack her, and she just tosses Alexa Bliss over her shoulder, and then Alexa Bliss just rolls out of the ring and gets away. So it was like, I don't know if that was part of the script or if Alexa just went off the cuff or something. She probably didn't. That was probably part of the script. Just pointless attack. And rolls out, and then Ronda grabs the mic and she says, "Oh, you could run all you want, but at SummerSlam, I'm taking that belt." And then throws. She doesn't drop the mic. She throws the mic, and it bounces up like higher than her head. I think she probably broke that mic, but I like the intensity from Ronda, and the crowd was really into it. This was one of the good parts of Raw. Everything I just said was actually one of the good parts. The whole entire show, like I said, uninspired, not interesting, just an utter lack of investment from the WWE. Just the most investment they had was that Kevin Owens actually had like a Kevin Owens show sign and a stage and Titantron graphics. Like everything else, there was and then the promo packages, like the backstage interview type stuff. I just can't, man. I can't. It just, I don't know. This Raw was definitely not a bringing it home, bringing it home to SummerSlam. Oh, big Cali Gula.
And here comes
the big dog.
The big dog.
Big Caligula. Thank you so much for subscribing. So I mean, it's not irreparable. I think that they can repair this and get back on the road to SummerSlam. But I could tell you that I was legitimately hype, and I know it sounds like I was prepared for this to be a bad Raw, or that like I'm negative on the product or something after a review like this. I know how it sounds. But honestly, I was very hyped at the start of Raw. I was very ready because I was thinking, dude, we're so close to SummerSlam. They're about to kill it, and they killed it in the way that's not the good way. Okay, you know how people say, "Oh, you know I'm bad. You know I'm real bad. I'm real bad." You know, like there's a way of saying bad, but it means good, and then there's a way of saying bad, but it means like bad. It was bad. Okay, I was thinking that it was gonna be legitimately getting the SummerSlam hype up to another level, but it really deflated what they did last week. Because at least Brock was there last week and he was throwing people around. Overall, my rating for this Raw is going to be sub-average. I'm giving this a 4. I'm giving this a 4 out of 10. They're lucky to get that. The only thing that even got it there are the things that I just touched on. Ronda Rousey's intensity, Paul Heyman's incredible acting, the start of Raw with Roman Reigns and the promo, and just this short little build they had to that match, and it actually being an okay match between Baron and Roman. And oh gosh, what else was it? There was like one other thing. The return of Ruby Riott, that's a good thing. Kevin Owens and Jinder Mahal, kind of. That's kind of it, man. That's kind of it. I mean, Mojo Rawley versus Bobby Roode. Like the fact that I even have to mention that just to kind of clean that up is preposterous. But yeah, 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. Sorry, gotta say it. And it would be lower than that if it weren't for Paul Heyman and the rest of that stuff. Honestly, if you didn't see it, don't watch it. You do what you want, but I'm saving you. I'm saving you time. All right, just spend your 3 hours doing something else. So take up competitive knitting. All right, take 3 hours. Get on YouTube and look up some how to knit. Look up a tutorial on how to knit, and at least that way you'll be ahead of the game, because I hear that's the newest hottest thing on the market. I hear that's coming up. I hear they're getting a TV contract. 4 out of 10, yeah. No, not 4 out of 100, dude. These are still athletes. They're still out here working and doing their job and doing what they're told to do. Basically, my ratings for these shows are I'd say 50-50. They're like 50% what the athletes pull off, and they're 50% what has been written and what's been told for them to do. And honestly, what they were told to do is what got it this rating, not what the athletes did. Even Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan pulled off some very intense spots, and I liked their one. It looked like they actually wanted to hurt Bayley and Sasha. So even what the athletes were able to do to just maximize their opportunity was okay tonight. It's not the athletes' fault. So I mean, it would be an 8 if they would have wrote some okay, compelling stuff for them. This probably would have been an 8, but I'm giving it a 4 just because of the raw talent that was on display here, because the storylines and everything were just not delivering at all, in most cases. So 4 out of 10, I gotta say, man. Let me find out what you guys thought, though. You guys are part of the universe as well, so let me poll the chat. Let's find out about that. What do you guys think? Learning how to crochet. Yeah, crochet. That's a good one. 5.4 out of 10. Hey, man. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing, but honestly, just if me from right now could go back to the start of Monday Night Raw, and well, I'd be like, no spoilers, dude. I couldn't even save myself. I'm trying to help you guys, because I wouldn't even be able to save myself. If me from the future came in right when Raw was about to start and it's like, yo, Gritty, trust me, man, don't watch Raw. I'd be like, no spoilers, don't tell me why. Just get out of here. I'm watching it. I gotta watch it. I'm with Team Gritty. SummerSlam, man. SummerSlam's coming. I come in and I'm like, I'm knitting. I'm knitting. I'm like, yo, Gritty. Me from the future knitting. People who tune in right now have no idea what I'm talking about. They're like, why would you from the future come into the room knitting and telling you not to watch Raw? You gotta watch the whole review, man. All right, so Temezi says 3.5. 4 is a far stretch. Oh man, documentary says 4 is being kind. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I hope nobody takes any of this as me dissing the athletes. Who I'm dissing are the people trying to write a story here and trying to book stuff up, because they're tipping stuff over and eating a blue candy is not a storyline. I mean, I'm sure it could be a storyline, but it's not. It's not flying. Woken Boss says 6 out of 10. SkullCrusherPrincess says 5.4. Wait a minute. SkullCrusherPrincess rating is higher than mine this week? What? That doesn't happen too often. What an occasion. Oh my goodness. Nobody would ever know. 1 out of 10. Heyman is the one. Parts are okay, but very lackluster. 5 out of 10 at best. I see you, Adam Bomb. Well, thank you guys very much for being part of the Grapple Chat. It went longer than I thought it would, but you know, it's passion, baby. It's passion. All right. If I didn't talk about it like this, that'd be the point where I'd start worrying about it. But I still love it. It's not anything that's gonna turn me off to the product. I'm not canceling my subscription like a lot of people say. Nah, man. Not at all. It's just going to make NXT so much better, and probably make SmackDown much better tomorrow as well. So good job, Raw. The silver lining is you've probably made your other 2 shows or 3 shows, because I'm going to watch 205 Live as well. You probably made your other 3 shows look like WrestleMania. Okay. So good job, Raw. At least maybe that's the whole plan. Maybe that's what they're up to. They're trying to make more people watch SmackDown, more people watch NXT. I see you, WWE. I see your plans. Good plans. Vince McMahon is a genius. Vince, you're not fired. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being part of this. Thank you for leaving thumbs up on this. If you've not already left a thumbs up on this Grapple Chat, please do. I know it seemed slightly negative, but I always try to give what they could do better and why I don't like what I'm seeing. Because I think that if you don't do that, you're just whining and complaining and you're just bringing negativity. I'm not trying to be negative about the product. I'm just trying to get a point across that I'm not just being negative. I'm giving a positive to it and why it could be better. Because I think that's how you actually review things is you tell people where the improvements could have been. You don't just say, it sucked. So yeah, there you go. Thank you guys so much for being part of this. I'm gonna see you guys over on the Twitch channel. Everybody who only watches my YouTube content, I'll see you for SmackDown, I guess. But hey, if you're gonna be up, twitch.tv/Gritty Urban Saga. And also, super shout outs to Finish Hype King, who made it out of the gauntlet today, because there were a lot of people who became boss today. Finish Hype King made it out of the gauntlet today as the legit boss. Tomorrow may hold different stuff for him, but for now, he's the legit Viking boss. I'll see you guys there. Gritty Urban and Grapple Chat out.